Hey man, you ever look into flat earth?
All right, I do want to say this. I know I've done a lot of complaining and whining about not getting any views or not getting very many views. At this point anymore, I really don't care about the views or how many subscribers I got. I'm just going to start trying to document some of this footage I got for those that really would like to study some of the different effects that I've captured under all kinds of different weather conditions, lighting conditions. And that's one of the things that you got to take into consideration. Or, a professional photographer, he's always worried about his lighting. Why? Because, you get too much lighting, you can white out somebody's face. And, there's, if you really look into doing photography, you can find some information just there alone on why lighting is a big thing. It makes a big difference to them. As you can see here, we got all of this. Got this boat, and I'm at full zoom here, and this is a continuation of the boat I was on part two, right at the very end. Actually, I wish I would have got him when he was even further out there. But that's okay because I got some really good footage in here of a boat. I mean, it's just a short little clip of one, but it's very far off in the distance, and I'll try to highlight that and make it stand out a little bit more in the lighting. I'll try to drop the lighting and turn up the contrast and maybe even turn down some of the coloring, the saturation rate. But also, I got to say that I do get out of focus in some of this video, but in a sense, in one part of it, I was out of focus, but I kind of noticed being out of focus how you could really see how that light was reflecting off of the water or refracting off of the water. Sure, light can bend up, and I also believe it can bend down. But can it pull objects up from behind a mountain of water? I don't think so, and that's why visibility is playing a big role in what I'm catching today, because I'm seeing stuff much further away. And if it was a real heavy day of humidity, I would get nothing but mirroring like I'm getting right now. I go out and I get nothing but mirage, where a couple months ago or a month or so ago I was at 28 inches getting some really good footage of the horizon. Now my camera is up higher, and here's in one of these parts I'll show you. I might even just show you on part four, the height of how high my camera's set up, and then show you a video from my cell phone of where I'm at on the seawall. So you get a kind of a idea of how high my camera is. I'm actually approximating it at about 6.5 feet. I'm actually sitting down in a low chair, but I am up on the seawall. The tide is out a little bit, and like I said, I'm not sure if it's coming in or going out. But one of the things I meant to say when this boat stopped is see how it kind of settled into the water. But look, you can actually see the man on board in the boat, and you can see him moving around where I showed in one of my latest videos of guys, two guys in a boat that were much bigger. In other words, they were much closer, and I was even at a higher perspective when I took that video, and you couldn't see the boat. So this mirroring effect, I mean, obviously to me, because I've been doing a heck of a lot of observations, and then I try to study them as much as I can. And again, I don't always get a chance to review my footage. Like this was the day before Christmas, and here he goes, and you can see the front of his boat come up, the ass end go down, because that's how boats usually ride, until they get up on plane, and they kind of level out, and go. But again, it was the day before Christmas, so by the time Christmas came and went, and all the family get-togethers and everything, I had already put this on my computer, and then never really watched it. And that's Billy Steele's rack, and it is so far out that it is actually being compressed by this mirroring effect. I think I've explained that, or I've been trying to explain it. I tried to show it too in my concave convex mirror experiment, or just an observation that I did with my mirroring. And it kind of really is telling when you start paying attention to a lot of this detail. And as you see this layered water getting further and further out. Now, I've had birds bigger than that bird that was just in the screen flying under or into the mirror and vanishing, where these birds are much, much smaller, flying just above the surface of the water, and you can see them. So what gives with that mirroring is that it hides objects, it hides anything beyond it. It like cuts it off. That's why you get buildings that appear to be cut off, but then when you got good visibility, you can actually see the entire buildings. And look at there, you can see the wake of that boat that just went by, glaring with the sun off of it. And this is going to be the end of part 3, and I'll bring up part 4 here shortly. And I think I finished following this boat, and then pick up on another one. All right. Again, thanks for watching.